I'm Jeff Hunt. He's Bill Thorpe. It's Friday.
You made it. Celebration. And next week's shorter.
Yeah.
Great.
And by the way,
Yeah.
announcement coming. You ready?
Announcement. Uh-oh.
So Tuesday of next week is Festivus.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
Yes.
So is the airing of grievances. My co-host
Yes.
for the day, because Mr. Thorpe's going to be on vacation next week.
That was part of the airing of the grievances. Is to get me out of here.
Bill's out here.
Yes.
Deep Singh Badesha, the Democrat Socialist of America, is going to be my co-host.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Which will be funny because we'll both be airing grievances about Democrats, but just from very different perspectives.
That is going to be fascinating. That's going to be unlike anything else you're ever going to hear inside
So
of Colorado.
Deep will be live in studio.
And as we're looking towards the new year, I just want to put a little bit of a reminder in people's minds that last year, as we're going to be coming into the second year of Trump, remember this as we go forward into the new calendar year. We've got something special planned for you because after Trump's first 100 days, we had a big discussion on the air about your predictions, your ideas. We have hidden that under the carpet in the room here. It is underneath. We've made sure that nobody's touched it. We made sure it still smells a little funny, but that's okay. However, we will be digging that thing up from underneath the carpet and moving the file cabinet that's on top of it, and we will bring that up next year with you all to see how accurate or inaccurate we all are. So that's something to look for in the new room.
That is great. Well, we're going to have a conversation this hour with the Taxpayer Protections Alliance about the wild mismanagement of Medicaid in Colorado. It's now making national news and attention. Jared Polis oftentimes blaming Washington, D.C., but a lot of the problems we're facing in this state around Medicaid spending, well, that comes directly from him. And you're going to hear more about that. So, is the real Scrooge in Colorado Jarhead Polis? We'll get to that and more. Now is time, though, for the news.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
Good morning, TGIF. 50 with cloudy conditions in Denver, expecting a high of 65 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story.
If you're without power in the Front Range, you're listening to this right now on your battery-powered emergency radio or something like that, and you need help, reach out to me, reach out to my office. GabeEvans.house.gov is the website where you can find all of the different contact information, because we want to hear about that.
Congressman Gabe Evans on with Jeff and Billy last hour and wants to hear from those of you without power this morning. He's on the committee that has oversight on grid security and stability. Xcel President Robert Kenney says tens of thousands of customers will be impacted by power shutoffs today, predicting powerful winds again.
75 to 90 miles per hour. The relative humidity is even lower, and so we're expecting that we're going to need to execute another public safety power shutoff.
The shutoffs were scheduled to start 4 hours ago and would impact nearly 70,000 customers. Some may be without power for 3 days. 160,000 customers lost power Wednesday due to unplanned outages from downed lines. Once again, Gabe Evans was on the show last hour. He voted against a recent federal bill that would criminalize gender transition care for minors, a position that placed him with a minority of Republicans on that specific vote. Here's what he told Jeff and Billy.
So I was a no on arresting doctors and putting cops in the bad situation of having to go arrest doctors, because that bill, in addition to being just, to me, bad policy, it's got no chance of becoming law. It's dead on arrival in the Senate. And I was a yes on not paying for sex change for minors, which, again, preemptively defunds that procedure, much lower level of government intrusion and government force involved there, and it actually saves money.
What do you think, Blake? What do you think?
I'm confused, honestly, because after Brandy Bradley called, I started to lean her direction. So why don't you clear it up for me if you don't mind?
No, please play Brandy Bradley's. I think I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, you did not. I do not have Brandy's because I got in on the middle of that.
Yeah, I mean, so Brandy's response and others is that this is criminal. We should be kicking in doors. I mean, Aaron Lee said we're going to pass a ballot initiative that would do so. So is that a reflection of too conservative thinking, or are they right? It's,
Okay.
I'm a little torn
gonna
here.
go with Brandy on that one then.
I would have voted for it. I will tell you that I would have voted for it.
You would have, okay.
Gabe Evans voted against it. He makes clear that he is 100% opposed to transgender surgeries for minors.
Right.
He just doesn't think that it's the role of the cop. And look, he is a cop. He just says it's not the role of the cop to kick in the doors and arrest these doctors. Okay. When, as Billy pointed out, there's sometimes nuance. There's, boys that are born with too big of breasts want to have that reduction done so they look more like boys. So should that nuance be considered in all this? And Brandy Bradley driving right through that, saying, no, we're clearly dealing with child abuse here, and it is very different than an augmentation, and it should be banned, and we should kick down doors and arrest these doctors. So,
and he said there's no way it would go through, right?
Correct. The Senate's not going to pass it because you're not going to get enough Democrats to support it.
Yeah. Now, I always like to make things more difficult, as the group here knows.
Let's go.
And I was just kind of thinking, and again, I'm not looking for necessarily a big, long answer at this point, but if we are advocating for going and arresting the doctors, should we then also arrest the parents? Because the parents would have to sign off on the surgery as well. Should they be criminally charged in these cases as well?
Yes. That's easy for me. 100%.
Okay.
Yep. It's child abuse. It's no different than child abuse. But, I don't know.
I disagree, but yeah.
I do agree. I do. It's just total psychological.
Yeah. The thing for me is that if you're saying it's the same thing as child abuse, I don't know of any child that is advocating to be abused. Yet the children in these scenarios are their own advocate. Oh, and so that's different.
Oh, they're groomed.
Yeah.
They're groomed into this.
No, I disagree. I see that there are segments that can be true, but as a universal, no, that's not the studies, that's not the statistics, that's not the experience of the vast majority. They aren't groomed into it. And that's kind of the idea, is if we assume then the parents are also part of this abuse, the child is the advocate for this, and they're the ones that are looking for this. So that would be the issue.
Up!
Yeah, lock
the kid
him
up!
Might as
Get
well lock up
Dog
the
the
kid.
Bounty Hunter, kicking down the doors!
Yeah, the kid's responsible too. Why don't we just throw them all in jail, right? Because the kid wanted it to be done. The kid said yes on the surgery, so let's lock them up too, right?
No.
Let's just fill the
No,
jail.
You don't
but
have
the kid
to.
wanted
Come
to.
on, it's the parents who are responsible for all this.
But
and
the
the
kid wanted
doctors.
to.
There's money at stake. There's mental health issues
But the
at
kid
stake.
had to sign off on it. The kid had to sign off on it. The parents aren't saying you don't want to have this done to you. We're taking you in to do surgery anyway. The kid's signing off on it too. If it's a truism that it's abuse all the way around, then charge the kid too. I'm asking for consistency.
18 years old. After that, you can do whatever you want.
I'm of that too. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Holiday travel.
Nearly 3 million people are expected to fly every day over the next several weeks, according to Airlines for America. They say the busiest days will be today through this weekend, and then the day after and Sunday after Christmas.
All right, today's the deadline for the 47 administration to release the Epstein files. The U.S. Deputy Attorney Todd Blanche said the Justice Department will release several thousand documents today. And the Epstein Files Transparency Act was passed by Congress last month.
Those documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations into Mr. Epstein.
Officials say the Brown University shooting and the killing of an MIT professor were committed by Claudio Neves Valente, who was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound Thursday in a New Hampshire storage unit. Authorities had probable cause to charge the Portuguese national with the murders of the two students at Brown and the MIT professor. This guy had 75 followers on X, and one of them was Barry Soetoro. That's a little weird. I wonder why Barry was following him. That whole thing is really odd. Overtime in Seattle last night, and the Seahawks down by 1. They go for 2 against the Rams, and they strike, and they win 38-37 Seattle. The college football playoff kicks off tonight. OU playing host to 9th-seeded Alabama. Oklahoma is the 8th seed. Sooners beat the Tide last month. You may remember in the regular season, or maybe you don't. 23-21. Broncos on the practice field today as they get ready for this weekend's big game Sunday against the Jags. They are going for 12 straight. NBA. Orlando in Denver last night, and the Nuggets win big, 126-115. Jamal Murray had 32 points. He had 7 3-pointers. And we have hockey tonight on this Friday as you get ready for the Christmas break. A lot of you. Winnipeg is in town to take on the Avalanche at 7 o'clock. 49 in Aurora, 46 in Golden, 50 in Denver, and you are waking up with Jeff and Billy. And have a great weekend. Blake Olson, News Talk 710 KNUS.
Temperatures bounce right back up again after a cooler day yesterday. We'll be upper 60s to near 70 today, but windy. It'll be especially windy in the foothills and along and west of I-25, especially north to the Wyoming line. Then temperatures go back down again as a Pacific cold front gets pushed into the area tonight and Saturday. Lows tonight upper 30s, high Saturday cooling to the 50s. Late tonight and Saturday a possible shower or two, then rebounding temperatures back to the 50s to near 60 for Sunday and Monday. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen's version of this with the E Street Band. Santa Claus Coming to Town. My favorite part of this is first popularized by Eddie Cantor on his radio show because one of the people that wrote the song couldn't get anybody to sing it or publish it. And it's like, please do this as a favor to me. Eddie Cantor brings it on, and it becomes a hit. Before then, it was viewed as too much of a kid's song, and no one wanted to record it. That's how it happens because he had a friend that had his own radio show. Yeah. I just love the emotion he puts into this song.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's the thing is, Bruce is just all emotion. It's fantastic.
Bruce. All right, Colorado's Medicaid mismanagement, not necessarily coming from Washington, D.C., but from Jarhead himself, Governor Jared Polis, in the Colorado Department of Healthcare Policy and Financing. He is the Scrooge in this equation. To give us some insight on what's happening here, Ross Marchand, senior fellow of the Taxpayer Protection Alliance, making some national news on this. It's got the attention of National Taxpayer Protection Alliance. Ross, thank you for taking time to join the Jeff and Bill Show this morning.
Yes, thank you. Good morning.
Well, thanks for having me on your show. Great to be here.
All right, so tell us what is happening with Jared Polis and the mismanagement of the Colorado Department of Healthcare Policy and Financing.
Yeah, well, first of all, this could get super in the weeds, so let's start with, just kind of like the basics of what's going on with Medicaid. This, both at the federal level and the state level, has grown so much. So Taxpayers Protection Alliance, we're an average. So we came across this news and we were wondering what.
Shocked that a state The bottom in every aspect is growing government, even though there's less people using the services. I know I've often said, Ross, that our poverty measures here in Colorado aren't actually aimed at alleviating poverty. They're jobs programs for people who work and poverty alleviation. It seems like this might be a similar case, that with regards to Medicaid, they're just pouring money into providing jobs for administrators to work in Medicaid. What's your response to that?
Oh, absolutely. And you have to ask, okay, so the numbers on the rolls are going down. Great. Less people are in need of government support. So why is the bureaucracy growing? And it's the rule of any government program. There is no thing closer to immortality than a government program. Once you start up the bureaucracy, once you start hiring more people, it never ends. And that's exactly what we're seeing now with the Colorado Medicaid program. The budget for this program has grown by 80% since 2018. Headcount has increased by 80% since 2018. So what I was wondering, looking at all this information, what is going on and how quickly can we audit this to see why we need all this extra personnel and all this extra taxpayer money?
Have you guys figured this out? Like why they're hiring all these people, what these people are actually doing?
Yeah, that's my big question is, do we know where they are in the management system and what any of the justification was to add them into the management structure?
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll definitely be FOIAing and doing public information requests to get to the bottom of this. For the time being, though, it seems like a black box. So, you have to ask yourself, right? So, of course, if you have people on any sort of government assistance program, yeah, sure. I mean, it'll take a few people to administer, pass around the checks, and figure out how everything works. But why is the size of that bureaucracy growing while the number of people on it is being reduced? So we will definitely get to the bottom of that question. But the real question is, why is it up to us to get to the bottom of this question? And how come the state government isn't doing anything to get to the bottom of this question?
Well, that's Ross Marchand. He's the senior fellow with the Taxpayers Protection Alliance. Ross, I don't know if you know this, but Governor Polis, in his brilliance, decided to come up with a department of saving people money. And then he appointed his lieutenant governor to run it. And she now draws two paychecks from the people of Colorado. She's paid for her duties and responsibilities as lieutenant governor and her duties and responsibilities for saving people money. And as anybody can tell you in Colorado, we're not saving anybody any money at all.
Jeff, to be fair, though, she is getting to save a lot more money. So in other words, mission accomplished. Just saying.
Right. So, I mean, look, Ross, we've got a program out there, and a whole government little program set up titled Saving People Money.
And we always see this, right? We see Doge. We see before Doge, there was a million different alphabet soup acronyms. Oh, we're going to save people money this way, that way, at a federal level, at a state level. Just do it already. At the state level, you have billion-dollar shortfalls. At the federal level, you have $38 trillion debt. It's so crazy. I mean, you turn around, it's like, oh, the debt increased by another $1 trillion. What are you doing about it?
Well, now, here's the kicker, Mr. Thorpe. You have not heard this yet. Okay, so, wow, the agency's budget has ballooned 83%, and its full-time staff has increased 81%. Ross, share with our listeners how many people were disenrolled during the same time off of Medicaid.
Right, so you have thousands of people disenrolled while the bureaucracy grows. The rate of uninsurance increases by more than a percentage point, and you don't see the corresponding reduction in budget. Where is the taxpayer money? Where did it go?
41%. 41%, Bill. They disenrolled. That's 700,000 people. They took off the rolls while increasing the full-time staff by 81%.
And look, I mean, after COVID, after all that craziness, right, you see states that are disenrolling a lot of people, and that's fine. That's to be expected. Colorado should have been doing that, but not while increasing headcount of the government agency. Makes absolutely no sense.
Mr. Thorpe, did you want to respond? I thought maybe I interrupted you.
No. Yeah, I'd be curious as far as why some of those people were disenrolled. Were they able to, get jobs that would provide health care for them? Were they able to is there something else involved? But it is a concern, and I'm also curious about the cost of the health care from 2018 to 2025. There's going to be an increase in cost there, so I can see why the base level cost. But as, the guest, Rod Marchand, the senior fellow of the Taxpayers Protection Alliance, has outlined, the increase in the administration by such a large amount should be concerning to anybody because, as a rule, normally Medicaid compared to regular insurance providers has a much smaller proportion of spend to the administration, meaning just, if you take all the organizations, they spend less on administration than most other private insurance companies. But this seems to counteract that exact idea. And that seems to be, based on what we're finding out right now, and I'm super curious when they start FOIAing this stuff, as to why. What is the drive or need to expand the administration by so much, and can they justify it given that the administration is much leaner in the federal programs compared to what it is with private insurers, just based on percentage of spend on their budgets? So I've got a real big question as to how this was, effective. If we added some people in administration that were trying to go after people that were fraudulently signing up and stuff, okay, I think we could all agree that's a good idea. But is that 80% of the people he hired? No. Nobody's going to play that one. So that's not possible. So that's what I'm really curious about, is where these administrators came from. I would expect an increase in spend as a whole, just because healthcare costs have gone up. But the idea of the increased spend on the administrators, that is really, really problematic, especially in a system that, like Medicaid, that is set up not to be as administrative heavy as many of the private insurers are. It's a problem.
Yeah, and during COVID, people stopped checking eligibility for Medicaid. So the government at all levels, federal and state, told people, look, if you need a safe haven to get insurance, you could hop on Medicaid. And we're not going to check eligibility. If you were eligible once, but you're not eligible now, we'll just kind of look the other way. And that ended as soon as COVID ended around, 2022, 2023 period. And so it's not much of a mystery why disenrollment happened. But of course, you would expect the bureaucracy to go down, not up. And that's the question that we're trying to get to the bottom of.
And then, Billy, they also automatically unenrolled all these people, so they didn't tell them. 700,000 people here in Colorado. And the result of that is Colorado's uninsured rate has jumped from 6.7% to 7.9%, and among children, it's climbed 50%. So Jared Polis just automatically unenrolled all these people, which, maybe should have happened, but didn't tell them, and then has also been growing the administrative state with this program. Its budget has ballooned 83%, its staff 81%. And fortunately for us, the taxpayers, you got the Taxpayer Protection Alliance diving into all of that. Well, that's Ross Marchand, Senior Fellow, Taxpayer Protection Alliance. Please continue to update us on this.
Yeah,
this
please.
is really fascinating stuff. And as you guys get more information, please, would love to have you back on the show. But we really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and happy holidays.
Thanks for having me on. Happy holidays, guys.
You can learn more about Taxpayers Protection Alliance by going to protectingtaxpayers.org, protectingtaxpayers.org. Wow. Jared Polis and the Democrats down at the state capitol taking all of your tax money. We're going to be giving gifts in this next segment, and I've got a Christmas gift for Mr. Thorpe.
All right.
All right. So coming up, this one made me laugh out loud for 5 straight minutes. That's why I knew it was the perfect gift for you.
Now, the one this is one of those things that I ran into in a store, and it's like, oh, this is very thematic. I think that this is something enjoyable so this will be fun.
Billy and I exchange gifts next. Let's talk Gyrie's, folks. My wife and I went to a Gyrie's location in Parker. By the way, they're all over the Denver metro area. Let me tell you, we had an absolutely fantastic experience. We sat down with their professional designers, and they showed us an incredible selection of Hunter Douglas custom blinds, shades, and shutters. I was a little overwhelmed at first. I've never worked with a professional designer. I can't afford that. It was totally affordable. She walked us through everything, helped us find the perfect options to enhance the look and functionality of your home. So, would you rather work with a professional designer and pay for that, or go to Home Depot 9 times because you can't figure out what you're doing? That's why the professional designers work. So whether your curtains are clashing or you just want a fresh look, Guy Reese has those solutions for you. Their designers are the experts, and they can help you with everything from window treatments to full room decor. Here's the best part. They offer a personalized in-home consultation. They'll come directly to you. So get the same expert advice right in your own home that we did in ours. Do yourself a favor. Get started today. Visit GuyReese.com to schedule your in-home consultation. That's GUIRYS.com. GUIRYS.com. Go see the great people at Guy Reese. You'll be sure to thank me.
Now, Jeff, before we step aside, I just want to say that, because, again, I'm trying to figure out when we do this gift exchange, we're probably going to have to switch because there's a partition between us.
Yes.
Probably have to exchange them during the break. So I wanted to point out, and then we'll unwrap them afterwards. Is that what we're kind of thinking?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
good.
exactly right.
Now, here's the thing, as you may have noticed, this morning I did not walk in carrying a gift. Do not have a gift.
Okay.
Yeah, because, now I want Adam to have the camera on me, because your gift has been here the whole time. It has been in the background the entire week.
I can't even see it.
The entire
week?
Yes, the entire week it has been sitting behind me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes,
All right,
your gift has been here the whole time, my friend.
Because I have not been paying that close of attention. I love it.
know.
Okay, we'll get it next. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
What's inside the box? This is News Talk 710 KNUS. Now, this is a request. And a fantastic Christmas song. This is the Dropkick Murphys. Yes, the boys from Boston. This is a fantastic Christmas carol talking about all the dysfunction of a regular family. It is wonderful. And you gotta love a Christmas carol that you can sing when you're nearly shouting. This is something special.
I was going to say, it's got that Irish feel to it as well, which I know you love.
Does it ever. This is fantastic. And I do have to apologize. I know we're going to be doing gift exchanges. I had to go with something else because I had found something online for you. And it wasn't going to get here in time. So maybe next year, because it was I think it's an 8-disc set, more than 500 songs. It is the history of ska. You know, it goes. I'm kidding.
I was going to say.
I'm totally kidding.
Straight into the dumpster.
I know. I'm totally kidding, my friend. I'm totally kidding.
All right, so it's Christmas exchange time on the Jeff and Bill Show. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary, Mr. Thor.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
Kind of wild. All right.
You put a bow on this. Did your wife wrap this?
No, I actually
you put a bow. But guys don't put bows. I don't put a bow on yours.
So why don't you go first?
Okay.
I saw this on Instagram. It harkens back to the founding of our relationship.
Ooh.
And it made me laugh for 5 straight minutes.
Excellent. Okay, now we got to talk about this first, okay? The unwrapping. Now, in your family, does everybody just go at it and tear? Do people have a system? What is it like with your kids in your family?
Yeah, we
How
do.
Do you unwrap the gifts?
Everybody gets one gift, and then they all get to open it at one time. Yeah. And then we talk about the gifts and what they got, and then everyone gets a second gift. So it's not just crazy chaos.
Now, what about when they open it? Do all your kids just tear into the gifts?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything? Really?
Although my grandma did save wrapping paper.
Yeah, okay. This is the crazy part, and I got to share this. This is why it's story time with Jeff and Bill. So with the Christmas gifts in our house, growing up, my father did not rip wrapping paper. He pulled out his pocket knife and would cut the tape. Yep, and then take it and fold it and put it aside. We didn't always reuse it, but that's what he did. Now
those people are so few and far between.
Here's the crazy part about it. One of my daughters does the same thing and has since she was little. She's never been a wrapping ripper.
Like genetically inherited.
I don't know.
Or did she see it from your dad?
She saw it from my dad, and she thought it was neat. And so she's even to this year. And so we kind of have this timing thing. When it's her turn to open the gift, we know it's going to take a while. But every time she does, and then she cuts it very nicely and she sets it aside, she will never rip wrapping paper. She just doesn't. And while it seems really silly, here's the cool thing for me personally. I got to share this with everybody being 100%. It's kind of like Dad's still there.
That is cool.
That's kind of cool, you know. So okay,
awesome.
Let's go through
All
this.
right,
Here.
you're up.
Okay. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is okay. Ooh, okay. So far, I see it's a black T-shirt. So all right, obviously you've understood my dominant color in my life. That's fantastic. The dark and depression of it. Okay. Ooh, so it's folded. I cannot see it. I'm showing it to the camera right now. So it's cleverly held that way. Okay. Now we will have the big reveal here in just a second. Holding it up and oh my God. This is great. Holy crap. Okay, we are going to have to turn this around and see if we can see it at the camera. See if we can hold this up right about where my face is. Now, for those of us that are joining us audiologically, it is a photo of Dog the Bounty Hunter, and it says Taylor Swift underneath it. Now, the thing
I literally laughed for 5 minutes when I saw that.
This is fantastic because I don't think this is one thing that we've never talked about is that I have a tremendous appreciation for these style of shirts where it's the wrong figure face on it and the wrong this. I love band T-shirts and stuff like it. So this, oh my God, this appeals to me on such a level, my friend. This is fantastic. Oh my God, I love this. This is wonderful.
Merry Christmas,
that
Mr. Thorpe.
Oh my God, I don't think mine's as good as yours is.
No, but that was classic. Well done to the T-shirt designers,
dude. That is special, and that hits me on a level that is very, very deep.
Well,
it's
got Dog and
everything.
and then
Yes.
Taylor Swift
Oh,
in
dude.
the nice like white cursive
Yes,
underneath
it
it.
is. It's Taylor's writing, and it's dog in all of his mullet glory with his one earring on the left hand side, his gold chain, and the sunglasses. It's the sunglasses of I'm gonna kick your ass. I mean, this is
exactly.
This is fantastic.
T. Swift,
and it's just wonderful enough to where if you're about 30 feet away, you're like, is that Taylor? It's just good enough. That is fantastic.
Or when you walk that out, people are going to go,
yeah.
Does he know?
Does he know? Exactly.
Does he know?
See, and that's why I love those shirts. That's why I love those. Oh, my God.
Question before we get to your gift to me.
Yes.
What was the name of that Irish carol you just played?
Oh, that is The Season Upon Us. That is The Season Is Upon Us, and that's by the Dropkick Murphys. The Season's Upon Us.
Right.
Yeah. It is a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Again, you've got to appreciate a holiday carol you can sing while you're nearly shouting. Everyone needs one of those in their life.
All right. Here is
here we
Bill
go.
Thorpe's gift to me. Unwrapping it. Oh, wonderful. Belgian beer-filled chocolate.
Yeah, I did a twofer.
I love it.
I had it a twofer. I know that you've got
and
a
they're
bit
like
of a sweet
they're
tooth.
like little chocolate beer bottles.
Yeah, they're little bottles.
Filled with Belgian beer?
Yes, there's Belgian
Dude,
beer
this is
inside
perfect.
the chocolate.
It's called a Choco beer.
Yeah, I figured it hit two things.
You must be over 21 to purchase.
Yeah.
Nice. Fantastic.
Oddly, they did not card me, strangely enough. They're like,
Am I
no,
out-
you've suffered enough.
Is it against Salem rules to...
Shh, nobody's paying attention. Go right ahead. I'm not going to tell anybody.
I'm going to have a Choco
I
beer
think you
right
should.
now.
I just thought that was fun. It scratched two little itches because I know you're a sweet
done.
fan, especially chocolate, and then the
Yep.
beer thing too. So I thought
Of
that was kind of
course.
neat.
Well done, Mr.
Yeah,
Thorpe.
thank you, my friend.
This
I love
is
the shirt.
great.
I'm going to wear the shirt this afternoon when I go home. I change after I get out of here. When I go home, I'm wearing the shirt. The shirt's going with me. Oh wait, no, hang on. I've got to go shopping tomorrow out in the malls. Oh, that's okay. This is saved for tomorrow. This shirt is going to the mall with me tomorrow. I'm going to be rocking my Dog the Bounty Hunter Taylor Swift shirt, and I'm going to look. Damn, I'm going to look good. I'm going to look awesome.
All
This
right,
is
I'm
gonna
going
be
to
great.
try a chocolate
so
beer. I've
excited.
never even heard of it.
I'm so excited.
So
to
if
wear
I
that shirt.
bite into it, is beer going to come
well,
out?
let's all find out together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. No, it like explodes with beer out of it.
Yes.
That is all over me. That is hilarious.
I apologize. Here. Oh wait, I get some. I don't have towels in here. I got tissues. You have
Yeah,
tissues in there?
it is actually. Yeah, I do.
Okay,
It is. Yeah, that is delicious. I love it, dude.
Oh, good. It's so unique. And again, I know that you like the chocolate and I like beer. And it was scratching the two itches. And I'm like, this is something that, and again, I also thought there are those times that maybe throughout some of the Christmas celebrations, you might be dealing with the family, etc.
Yeah.
And you kind of throw this in the pocket and you're like,
Right.
Daddy need a beer. And
Right. Kids, Dad's going to, this is your special daddy's chocolate.
Exactly. These are daddy chocolates. Yes. No. Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. Great gift. Wonderful.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, it seemed like we both did well.
Yes.
Now, if you're out there still looking to get a gift for the person in your life that you love, especially if they're an outdoorsman, you got to go check out the Gun Room in Lakewood. These guys are fantastic. Wayne's great. These are real Colorado people. They know firearms. They know safety. They'll take time with you to walk through what's right for you. So whether you're new to shooting or looking to expand the collection or want expert guidance from people who actually care, the Gun Room is the place for you. And I'm going to make this really easy for you, especially last minute. If you're wondering what to get your husband, dad, or the outdoorsman in your life, a gift card to the Gun Room is a home run. Trust me on this one. Stop in, browse their selection of new and used firearms, or just ask a few questions. They love helping people. Give them a call. They'll pick up the phone and talk you through any of your questions. Here's the phone number, 303-237-1300, 303-237-1300. Got a chance to walk around the Gun Room and hang out with Wayne. Wayne is a man of deep, profound faith, loves this country, and there's an incredible selection there of new and used firearms. And if you're looking to sell weapons, it's super easy. Wayne will take care of you, get you a fair price. It's the Gun Room in Lakewood. Check them out at denvergunroom.com. denvergunroom.com. Be sure to tell them Jeff sent you. We'll continue. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
Look at the t-shirt next to me. They keep giggling every time I look at it. This is going to be so much fun. We're Denver's talk station. New Stock 710 KNUS. Charlie Brown Christmas classic. And this is the original. This is a Vince Guaraldi trio. This melody was supposed to be the theme song for the Charlie Brown Christmas special. About 4 weeks or so before air, the producer decided decided to use the song in a different portion.
Yeah.
And wrote the lyrics. Sat down at his kitchen table, and just wrote out all the lyrics. It changed where it is now. The voices in the Charlie Brown Christmas special are kids the producers knew, but this Vince Guaraldi brought in a children's choir because he wanted to make sure that he could direct them and get the sound proper for this one. But originally, it was an instrumental. Yeah, I love this song.
Charlie Brown's Christmas, they do the gospel message in as well, right?
Yep, exactly.
And if I remember correctly, I've only heard rumors on this, but that the producers or the network wasn't quite sure about it. And Charles Schultz said, no.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
He said, we're going to do this. Yeah, there was a fight about should we not? Is it appropriate? You've got these little kids doing this, and, is this message going to be, heard? And it's fantastic. And I love the fact that he went to the mat and said, no, this is important. And it is important. And it's great because it's the voices of children giving you the gospel message, which is different than when you hear it from the preacher, the priest inside the church when they speak from the pulpit. Somehow I think it hits a little bit differently coming from a kid that is supposed to be standing on stage at a Christmas pageant. Although I do want to share my one Christmas pageant story with you real quick. My brother had a number of Jewish kids in his class growing up, going to a Catholic school. They've got the traditional Christmas pageant. One of the Jewish kids that was a good friend of his happened to be, and this is kindergarten or first grade, happened to be the angel Gabriel. And so he has to come out and announce that the Christ child is born. So a little Jewish kid comes out and stands on the stage, spreads his arms, and yells, "Jesus is boring! Jesus is boring!" And instead of boring, it comes out as boring. And I'm sorry, I lost it. Because the Jewish kid is standing on stage yelling, "Jesus is boring," and not everybody in the audience got the joke. And so I'm losing it. And my parents are like, "Shh, stop it." And I'm like, "Do you understand?" And my dad's giggling too. He's like, "Yeah, but stop it." And he's kicking me. And so, not everybody around us got the joke. But I love that. I hear every year I go back to that. The little Jewish kid saying, "Jesus is boring."
That is wonderful. Well, if you missed any of what was a wild show today, Billy and I debating Trump dismantling the National Center for Astrophysics Research here in Boulder. That was in the 6 o'clock hour. Chris Murray joined us in the 7 o'clock hour to update on how the Pope's changes are going to affect the Catholic Church here in America. 8 o'clock, Gabe Evans explaining his votes in Congress this week. And then Brandy Bradley called in to respond. We always love when that happens.
Yeah, that's good.
And then, of course, the 9 o'clock hour joined by the Taxpayers Protection Alliance. So lots to cover. And believe me, you are better informed with actual reality by listening to the Jeff and Bill show than Candace Owens' show. Now, I know you want to go, because I sit there, it's timed perfectly because you're in the school blind when 3 o'clock comes around.
Oh, yeah.
And so you see the hundreds of thousands of people watching her videos. And it's going to be what was the Camp Wachitaka?
Oh, yeah. What? I don't know. Yeah.
That's going to be a punchline now.
Or something.
Yeah,
like
right.
That.
Yeah, right. There's a conspiracy at Camp Wachitaka.
What you got to do? We got to get those camp shirts. Like, I went to camp and have a little campfire there in the front. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's right. So
and
you
then on
are
the back,
more
we should put our names,
informed.
Candace on our name on the back.
Actual reality.
Sorry.
I would Camp Wachitaka.
Yes. You should have Candace and I'll have Erica on the back of my shirts. I should take pictures.
Go to 710knus.com to download the podcast, 710knus.com to download the podcast. Now, I will be here for 3 days next week, all the way through Christmas Eve, working out who's going to fill in and co-host with me. It's definitely never the same without Bill Thorpe, but we try to make do. Now, I'm going to need your help. So, Monday, I have Brandon Warwick. He's with Free Colorado. So, the libertarian angle will be in here. He and I disagree on some of this stuff around, drug legalization, things like that. But libertarian element on Monday, joining to co-host Tuesday, which is Festivus. And we will be having open lines for the airing of grievances. But my co-host on Tuesday is Deep Singh Badesha, the Democrat Socialists of America. And we will both be venting about Democrats just from different perspectives.
Yeah, remember that. It's venting about Democrats, with the guy that's a Democrat Socialist. This will be good.
Because he's helping lead the effort. George Brockler taking in Choika.
I'd like to buy vowel, please.
Wachuca.
Sure.
That's it.
I don't care. I just want the T-shirt.
Has George been there?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's part of the.
He might be on the next Candace Owens podcast.
Oh, he might be. We have uncovered something. There's a new. Quick to the bat phone.
So I want you to prepare now for your grievances. There's a lot of them here in Colorado. I get it. I understand. My daily X.com posts are grievances of Colorado. By the way, Bill, I don't know if you saw this, but a generator caused a forest fire.
Oh.
A personal home generator.
Oh, wow.
Caused
that would
a
make
forest
sense.
fire.
Yeah,
okay?
That would make sense.
So
I can see
now
that.
the state, is stepping in to turn off with Excel, turn off power so you don't have it to prevent wildfires. So now people are going to buy generators. Those are going to start wildfires.
Yes.
Those will be banned next. That's a lot to gripe about. That'll be part of the grievances.
I see where this is going. This is great.
Yes, exactly. That'll be part of the airing of grievances on Tuesday. So I'll be here Monday through Wednesday. But Mr. Thorpe, enjoy your Christmas break. A very Merry Christmas to you and the entire
Christmas
Thorpe
to you
family.
too. Love the Hunt household. Merry Christmas to all of you. You guys are fantastic.
We will be back Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. You've been listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710 KNUS, and I'll miss each and every one of you. Yes, even those of you that call me names. Sometimes other kids call me names while I'm gone. I'll see you soon.